With everyone currently excited about the new Need for Speed coming out, watching trailers over and over, I thought it would be a great time to commemorate a game that was never as popular as Unbound already is. I'm not judging anyone from being excited about Unbound, I myself can't wait for it, but with something over a month to its release, I want to talk to you about the story of Need for Speed 10, TerrorFive, a game that would never get past the prototype stage. Who was behind this project? Why was it cancelled? And what was it about? Let's dive into it, shall we? Part 1. A short backstory. The year is 2009, probably, and the most recent Need for Speed game is Undercover, which everyone hates for some reason. EA Black Box, a studio responsible for titles like Most Wanted, Carbon, both Undergrounds, Pro Street, and eventually Undercover, is holding on for dear life. They are struggling badly. Their golden years are almost gone, with fans hating both of their latest games. They are under threat of being replaced by Criterion Games, and need to develop a banger of a game to stay as the main studio of the Need for Speed franchise. They put all their efforts into a game that they call Need for Speed 10, TerrorFive. Part 2. Gameplay. From the concept art they released, it has a similar vibe to Unbound. If you look at this title here, there are those lines all over the graphic, they just feel very similar to Unbound's. But the gameplay itself didn't have the same idea. The idea for this one was to implement a terrorist organization called TerrorFive, which using my insane detective skills means that there would be 5 members, thus 5 main bosses. I assume since they're a terrorist organization, you as the player were supposed to stop them from committing whatever they were gonna commit. I think this time EA really wanted to promote the good guys, and that's why games such as Hot Pursuit feature the career of a cop, so they wouldn't be blamed for raising a generation of criminals. Hacking was supposed to be a huge part of TerrorFive. From this screenshot, you can see the player's objective is to hack 3 police cars. Hacking was a big thing back in the late 2000s and early 2010s. It's a shame Black Box never got to release this piece. They released a prototype of the main menu though, along with the opening cutscene with placeholder audio, so it sounds like Google Translate says everything.
To connect to the TerrorFive network you will need a mobile device and an access key.
This will give you
TerrorFive System Max.
It has a low fidelity security camera vibe, which I absolutely love. It represents what the game was supposed to be about perfectly. It has the hacky feel that they wanted. I think they've done well. Part 3. Speculation. I think what this game would bring had it been released is controversy. Although they said hacking wouldn't have been the core element of the game, that one would still go the street racing. I think that would bring a lot of haters to the game since it's such a major change from the previous games. Also, as seen in Undercover's case, people didn't really like the premise of being a cop of some sort, that solving crime didn't have as much success as committing it, or they just couldn't decide and that's why TerrorFive was cancelled in favor of Hot Pursuit, where you could do both. We'll never know. Combining Need for Speed and hacking might have had the same effect as combining GTA and hacking. We got Watch Dogs. From these concept pieces shared with the public, it's obvious it would be one of the darker games, with much darker premise than Hot Pursuit. EA also had some sort of certainty that Hot Pursuit would do well, since its predecessors were one of the most successful games in the franchise, and in times of doubt about whether the franchise would survive, it might have just been the smart option, cancelling TerrorFive in favor of Hot Pursuit. Maybe if we went with TerrorFive, we would have never gotten another Need for Speed again. So, they might have just made the right choice.